Okay, this might be the last question tonight, but let me quickly go through this also. Yep, so this is talking about compare contrast. Remember similarity and differences, similarities and differences, and they want you to talk about the breathing mechanism. Oh, this is a bit hard. The breathing mechanism. Okay, cool. So when you talk about breathing mechanism, it become a bit harder because previously we were always talking about what? We were always talking about the characteristic, right? We talk about what characteristic. We can talk about the organ and structure. Again, this is under characteristic. If it is a characteristic question, you can always talk about organ and structure. You can talk about the 4 characteristics first. How is it different from everyone? And you can talk about each of their specific characteristic, and they will have a bit of extra point, like maybe the opening, maybe the pathway, etc. So these are the typical stuff. But now you're talking about the entire mechanism, then it's a bit different. We have to actually go and compare their mechanism. Okay, yep. So in case you forget, let me just kind of bring you back how to make a mechanism. Remember, you must have VPA, the volume, the pressure, the air, and then there must be a method to cause the VPA. Maybe you increase your volume by what, you decrease your volume by what, the method, okay? And there should also be, if possible, an entrance and exit. This is the rough idea for your mechanism over here. Okay, so let's go through this together. Yep. First of all, definitely we talk about the similarities. And in fact, this is a similarity. Everyone will have the similar structure. So these are the similarity. So for the similarity, you can talk about a few. For example, VPA. Both change pressure, both change volume. That is already 2 marks, because like I said, both of them, in fact, four of the 4大天王, right, they should share the same structure, same procedure. So I mean similar flow So same change volume, change pressure. This is one of the thing. And one more also very fake, a bit fake, but a bit random. But yes, both of them consist of inhalation and exhalation. That's also true, because everyone need to inhale and exhale, right? Okay, so these are the 3 similarities. Okay, yes. Okay, okay, cool. And moving on, let's talk about. Do you want to talk about the picture? Anything to? I mean, if you remember, right, it's basically you go into the mouth for fish, and then you come out through operculum, and you pass through your gill only during exhalation. If you remember from the class, yes. And this one also, if you remember, in your inhalation, you should go in. I think this is not a very good diagram, but inhalation you should go in, exhalation you should come out. That's it. Okay, yes. So let me go back to the comparison over here. So we have fish breathing mechanism, then we have frog breathing mechanism. Okay, yes. So let us go through one by one. Okay. So for the very first thing, you should still be able to talk about one thing, which is the organ. Again, you can try to refer back to this. You can see the organ can be an answer still because, of course, your mechanism have to go around your organ, right? Okay, the mechanism happen around your organ. That's why, yes, you should be. That's why you should be having your organ as an answer still. So gill is respiratory organ. In frog, we have lung and skin. But main focus is lung. Main focus is usually lung. Because you learned about the mechanism, right? The mechanism was focusing on lung. Okay, so lung is respiratory organ. Okay, cool. Yep. So now moving on, let's just continue to move on. Okay, so let's talk about what happened and what happened to every stages. Okay, so the first one, entrance. Remember the entrance? There must be an entrance. Entrance. So what is the entrance for fish? Mouth. Right, mouth open. Entrance for frog, nostril. 记得不是嘴巴frog they don't use their mouth, they use their nostril to breathe. So nostril open. Okay, nostril open. Yep. Then there must be what? There must be the changes to cause your VPA changes, right? Okay. So in this case, if you remember, for fish, you also move the floor. You also move basically enlarge the mouth, so they will move down the floor. The floor of buccal cavity is lower. This is how they increase the volume. Meanwhile, for frog is the floor of what cavity? Yes, the longer name. Frog have a longer cavity. Buccopharyngeal cavity is lower. Okay, buccopharyngeal cavity is lower. Yes. Okay. moving on, then we talk about basically the thing enter lah. Okay, after VPA, the things enter. So the thing enter basically the water in fish, the water enter. So but water containing dissolved oxygen enter the mouth. Okay, on the other side, air enters your bucopharyngeal cavity. So basically the air and the water is drawn inside due to the VPA, so the air is drawn inside. Okay, in fact I would actually prefer you to talk about VPA if possible. You can talk about VPA, talk about how the volume changes in each of them, because you see one is the volume of what? Buccal cavity. This is the difference. They have a different cavity. For fish you have buccal cavity, for frog you have bucopharyngeal cavity. So that's why you can always talk about the VP and A. V of both of them is also increasing now, also both increasing, but then yes, at least one is buccal cavity, one is bucopharyngeal, and that makes a difference over here. Okay, yep, so the difference of cavity lah. And moving on, you can talk about, actually that is actually very fast. Wait, let me see. Actually there is answer for, it's being messy over here. Hold on. Okay, no worries. Let's move on. I just follow the schema first. So yeah, next one we talk about very fast. So we talk about exhalation. These are inhalation. Now we talk about exhalation. Okay. So for exhalation, yes, floor of buccal cavity is raised, but the other one, floor of wait, I think my student want to come in already. Anyway, floor of bucopharyngeal cavity is raised. Okay, different things over here. And then water flows through gill. They really want to take, I think they take air into lung as a exhalation. 不对啦，这个。But okay, I think no, they just want to basically compare between the actual gaseous exchange. They want to compare between the actual gaseous exchange. So this is the part we talk about gaseous exchange. So you can talk about one go through gill, one enter lung. Okay, so this is a different part that causes gaseous exchange. Okay, that causes gaseous exchange, in which this one for fish, your gaseous exchange actually occurs between, remember the structure, lamella. Okay, lamella and blood capillary. Meanwhile, for your frog, the gaseous exchange, they occur between, yes, alveolus. Wait, does frog use alveolus? Good question actually. No, they don't use alveolus. Wait, this question is about frog, right? Hey, what is the answer? Yeah, just say lung and blood capillary lah. Okay, they don't use alveolus. They use a small partition in the lung. Okay, yep. And then moving on, so this is about the gaseous exchange. Then we now talk about the actual exhalation, in which, okay, again, now you can pause yourself to copy if you want. Okay, so in which what happened now at the end? Yes, operculum have to open to let everything flow out. So operculum will open. You can also talk about muscle lah. Muscle, how to open? Relax lor. Operculum muscle, relax. Okay, yep, this is how you let the water out. But for frog, how do you let the water out? Your lung muscle will have to contract. To push the air out. Okay, to push the air out. Okay, yeah. And now, yeah, they talk about VPA. They say the pressure in opercular cavity increases. That's how the water goes out, right? Okay, so water flows out. This is about your exit. This is your exit, so water flows out. Okay, flow out through operculum. Meanwhile, for frog over here, is because the abdominal pressure. Remember, your lung muscle contract gives you the abdominal pressure, so abdominal pressure increase, and this causes your air is expelled through the nostril. Okay, but remember, not all the air, only a part of the air is go out. Remember, only a part go out, and the remaining will actually mix with your what? Remember, mix with your entire clean air inside. That's the idea over here. Okay, so that's it for this one. Okay, so I think that's the last question over here. I think I can't do any more, but yeah, I will try to upload the recording one by one as soon as possible. So especially those of you having exam, you can go through them before exam. Okay, yeah. And in fact, after this set of paper, just update over here, there will be another set of paper I will prepare. I will make it a bit shorter. Okay, that one I won't discuss. I will just give you the answer. Okay, I will just give you answer to prepare you better for your examination. Okay, yes.